713-390-KRBE. They said you'd never amount to anything, and look at you now. Or maybe you had to overcome an obstacle.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
Omar is up first at 713-390-5723. Good morning, Omar.
How y'all doing?
Hey, awesome. Great. So tell us your story, please.
Man, so I got into some gangs and got into some trouble when I was a little kid and a teenager. A lot of teachers told me I wouldn't amount to anything. A lot of teachers told me that I wouldn't do anything with my life. And I had some issues. Sometimes when I was going to, I thought I was going to go to jail once. Got shot at a couple of times.
Oh, my God.
And it got pretty bad. So some life circumstances happened. Some things changed in my life. And now I'm an assistant principal.
You're kidding.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Nice. Omar, can I ask
How old
you-
were you, Omar, when you got into the gang environment?
I was 15.
15.
Okay.
And what led you to want to join a gang?
Just wanting to belong, wanting to be part of something. I was bullied when I was younger. When I was in the 6th grade, I got bullied a lot. And I'm a bigger guy, right? And so when I got into the 8th grade, I kept getting bullied. Finally, one day, some kid was bullying me, and I just had it. So I picked the kid up and threw him across the locker room. It happened during gym, and all the kids went crazy. They're like, "Oh my gosh!" And that's when I realized, like, wow, I have size and I have strength, and something just kind of changed and clicked in my head, and it was just a spiral from there, and everything went downhill from there. It was really bad.
What got you out of it?
Honestly, I moved away. I moved. I left the town that I was in and came to Houston. And my grades were horrible. My discipline was bad. My attendance was bad. It was just all of it was just out of whack. And moving away, and I came to Houston September of my senior year. And I didn't have any friends, didn't know anybody in the school I was at, nothing, right? So I had nothing but my academics. And so that kind of forced me to focus. I barely graduated high school. I had no direction. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was in and out of college, in and out of trade schools, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I ended up being a teacher's aide. And from there, it just kind of, everything just kind of fell in place.
Omar, when you were able to move from the town where you got in trouble, was that the reason you guys moved? Did you tell your parents say, we got to get you out of here? I mean, because that's a really big change, and not a lot of people have the option to say, we're going to pick up and get you in another town. Let's move our job. Let's move our house. How'd that happen?
So it just so happened that my dad got a job offer here. It wasn't our plan to move. It wasn't in anything that we were trying to get out of the city. My dad just happened to get a job offer, and he picked up the whole family, and we moved. I obviously, as a teenager, I was freaking out and I wasn't happy about it. And I was leaving all my friends and, my girlfriend and all that stuff. But now, looking back at it, it was definitely something that needed to happen for myself and for the rest of my family.
Now that you're a vice principal, do you use your past to teach kids and inspire them in the high school?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I try not to bring that up too much, like that specific time of my life, because me personally, I don't like to glorify all that. It's not something that I like to, but it definitely helps me to understand where kids are coming from, to realize what kids are dealing with. It helps me empathize a lot with students. I can connect with them in a very different way, and it obviously, with my background, I'm able to recognize some signs and some things that are like, okay, I need to kind of pay attention to you, my guy, and take a little closer look at you a little bit. But, yeah, I don't really like to bring it up per se, but I definitely use my past to help me with what I'm doing right now.
That's outstanding.
Awesome. Omar, look
Thank
at
you.
you now. What a great story, Omar.
That's awesome.
Into gangs when he was young, lots of trouble, and now he's got his education. He's an assistant principal. Bravo. All right, coming up next, Joel for Look at Me Now at 713-390-KRBE. Hello to you, Joel. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Joel.
So who told you you'll never, you can't, you won't, and look at you now, you did? What's the background?
Background, I've been in and out of prisons. I've been jails. I've been 18. I've been in and out of prisons. I've been 25 to 45. And they always told me that I would always just go right back, and I did for three times. But I got over 13 years out already. I got just completed anniversary with my wife, the first.
Nice.
8 years, and I've been knowing her since she was 17. And they never thought they would get back together, and she's part of the reason that I started changing is she's not the person that likes to be in the streets. And all the negativity that came at me, I turned it around and made it positive. And I said, I am going to stay out of prison. I'm not going back to prison. And I got 4 years now as a driver. It's my second time talking to you guys. Last time I talked to you about when I was in prison. It's been a while, so you might not remember. But,
what was it, Joel, that got you into prison? I mean, what was it? What were your crimes that kept leading you back to prison?
Being disobedient, peer pressure, trying to be around the so-called friends, homeboys, where they're not. Because now that all these years went by, there's not one person alive, or they're in prison. And
was it robberies? Like you would rob? Because
no.
Okay, because you would.
I fight. I would fight with my friends.
Okay. So lots of in and out of jail, then prison. They always said you go back. You've been out 13 years now.
Good.
You're making a life for yourself.
And never see yourself going back, right? I hope.
Yeah, no. The 7th was my last parole visit on the phone. On the 11th will be my last home visit on the phone, and all I'm waiting is on my parole papers. And like I said, I'm very successful as a driver. I drive to San Antonio, Austin. I'm going to Beaumont right now.
Wow.
And you guys make my day. Every time I listen to you guys,
you just made our day, Joel.
Oh, that's awesome. We're proud of you. That's a great story because not a lot of people. Look, everybody had you written off like, oh, he's going to go back. He's going to go back. He's a trouble one.
I pay no, my wife used to tell me, don't pay no mind to it, baby. You are going to succeed. See, I believe in existence. You can call anything to existence. And people don't believe it. I do. I believe that I'm going to make it. I'm going to be successful, and that's what I've been focusing on only. Tell me stay focused. I cut everybody out of my life. All the negativity. If you ain't positive, get out of my life. I don't want to talk to you.
Yep. Right. And that's for anybody out there.
Good rules to live by.
Yep.
True.
You get someone around that's negative all the time.
You can love somebody and you can see them and realize that they're in a tough situation. But at a certain point, when they begin to drag you down, you got to cut the cord.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing Believe It or Not, 713-390. I'm sorry, Believe It or Not. It kind of sounds like an unbelievable story.
I know. Yeah.
It is.
Believe it or not.
I wonder if it's like by the time you go your third time back, you're not scared because you know everything that's going to happen in prison.
I
you know what I mean? Like
the
first
going
time,
with like some kind of attitude, like don't mess with me.
You already know
you're
the
a
ins and
veteran.
outs. You know what's going to happen.
I don't want to find out.
I don't either.
But the first time,
I don't either. Real quick, Scott wants to give his son some props on the phone at 713-390-KRBE. Hi, Scott. Good morning. Welcome to Look at Me Now.
Hey, how y'all guys doing? Long time listener.
Awesome.
Thank you. So what do you want us to know about your son?
Well, all the way through, and I'm tearing up, but all through way through league baseball, high school, everywhere, everybody doubted him. Now he's a catcher playing college baseball at Arlington Baptist University.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Why were they doubting him? I mean, why were they doubting him?
That is good.
Yeah.
They didn't think he had it. Didn't think he had the drive. Wasn't good enough. You know, a lot of daddy ball, like they call it, always getting picked for all-stars, the players that shouldn't have been picked. Well, he proved them all wrong.
That's awesome.
Oh,
but he had you in his corner, though, right? You were always there for him?
Oh, always.
He's
What's his
the
name?
game right there.
What's his name, Scott?
His name's Nathaniel. He plays for Arlington Baptist University in Arlington, Texas.
You're proud, Papa.
That's awesome. You're
Well done.
so proud.
So sweet. You're tearing up on your boy.
Maybe he could be our backup catcher now. Then we got Diaz.
I know, right?
Being the starter.
Yeah. Hopefully, he's good. Hopefully, you don't go to the Rangers up there.
I know. Hey, as long as he makes a team, who cares?
Yeah, I know, right? At some point, you're like, oh, what's the paycheck getting signed from? I don't care.
I mean, yeah.
Let's go pro
As a
ball.
dad, your son gets signed to the world champions.
Or any team, just to make it to the majors.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
But how is that if it's like a team you hated your entire life? You're like, never.
Yeah, you don't
and then
hate
your
cash.
kid grows up and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm the all-star for that team. You're like, all right, fine, that's fine.
Yep, I'll take the money.
That might be the one thing that converted me.
That's right. Scott, that's really sweet. We know you're so proud of your boy, Nathaniel.
What grade's he in now?
What year
He
in
is
college?
a sophomore.
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 That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Tell him to
for
keep
him.
his GPA up.
Yeah, Sam's really hardcore on that.
He is. He's
Okay,
doing really
good.
well. A's and B's.
That's
Nice.
great.
That's
Scott,
good.
thanks for listening to our show. You have a great Monday. Have a great week ahead. Take care.
Y'all too.
Sound like a
Thank
great
you.
dad.
Take care. Yeah.
Thanks. It puts a smile on my face. That's so sweet. I love that. All right, coming up next, Roula and Range Rose's update. We're going to check in with Mike. He found out last week that his girlfriend Lisa would rather, is his girlfriend or his wife? His girlfriend.
Girlfriend, and he wanted
would rather go to a little romantic getaway with a guy named Tom.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I'm sorry, I'm your boyfriend, and my name is Mike. Let's find out how the weekend was for Mike, and we'll get an update next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
We're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
Parental discretion is advised. Last Thursday, Mike had his suspicions about Lisa, in particular, a young guy named Tom. He's like, I think he's 18 years old, and she's just like fussing over him all the time.
And obviously, this is not sitting well with Mike because he feels like, his gut instinct is telling him something's up with Lisa. Now, in the past, in their relationship, they went to go have a romantic, great time at a place called Barton Springs Resort. Mm-hmm. So we thought, okay, why don't we, and obviously we're not going to offer her red roses. Why don't we offer her that? Because if anything, it'll trigger that she went there with you romantically, and she should choose you
would
to
think.
go again. So here's from last week, little recap, when I got Lisa on the phone, and Mike is listening in, and I offer her the same place she went to with Mike, but I need to know who you're going with so I can write it down for my notes. Who are you going to pick, Lisa? Here's what she said.
Tom?
And I assume it's for a romantic getaway, so it'll be a king-size bed in the room?
Yes.
I can't believe it. It just hurts my heart what you just said. I can't believe you'd want to go away with that little douchebag.
I mean, oh my God. This is really embarrassing, and I'm like, nothing is going on.
Nothing. You have got to be kidding me. You just booked a king-size bed and a couple's massage with your colleague. Colleague. He's not your colleague. He's your boyfriend. Why?
He is not my.
Say it.
He's not my boyfriend.
He's not your boyfriend
yet.
That's right.
Nothing has happened yet.
Yet. She said yet, Mike.
This is probably not the best way to have this conversation, honestly.
Can you just explain to me why you would think about cheating on me while trying to keep me around?
Nothing's happened, okay? We have not engaged in any intimate relationship or anything. That is not happening. We have gotten emotionally closer, and I just feel like we've been getting distant. I mean, we're more like roommates, really, Mike.
Roommates? You remember 2 nights ago what happened? You don't remember? Was that you and me being intimate in our room? That's not what roommates do. Hey, listen, have you kissed him? Just tell me that.
No, we have not. No, I have not kissed him.
Lisa, I just can't believe it. He's 18 years old.
He's 24, and he displays more maturity than Mike. And age, I mean, it doesn't matter. That is not.
Wow.
My age has nothing to do with it. I don't know yet what I want with Tom, but I think that there's something that I need to not ignore.
Well, then you stop living with your boyfriend and you break up before you start something with somebody else. You don't book a couple's vacation away together, which none of us are buying that you guys haven't done something because you don't make that leap.
Okay, but I think we've gotten the answers that you're looking for, Mike. You are 100% correct. It's not just your insecurity. Lisa is locked in with somebody else, not you anymore. She doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. And Lisa, we say this all the time. It's fine. If you're not married and you're dating and you've decided to go along with somebody else, yes, this is a free world. However, have some respect for the person that's been your person for the last 2 years and let them know and break it off.
At least a conversation, Lisa. You could have just said, listen, I want to try something. I'm not opposed to opening things up. You didn't even ask. You didn't even want to know. You're going to be back after 3 months. I guarantee you. You're going to be begging me to take you back after 3 months.
And will you, Mike?
I don't know.
Are you gonna?
Mike. The answer should be hell no, dude.
But it's too soon, guys. I don't blame him for saying he
I know,
doesn't
but you used to be
know.
mad
It's
and say,
too
I'll never take you back,
soon.
because now she's
Yeah.
going to go fiddle-faddle with him, whatever the...
Fiddle-faddle?
Fiddle-faddle? I don't know what the word is. Piddle-paddle? I don't know.
Okay, Eric?
He's going to do something.
She's going to mess around and
Yeah.
come back, and you're going to take her back is what they're trying to say. They're trying to protect you, Mike. It's not good for you, Mike. This is not good for you, Mike.
Good luck, Mike. I'm sorry, man.
Thank you, guys. At least I know my next steps. I appreciate it.
All right. So, and then we went off on a tangent about fiddle faddle.
And Crunch and Munch. And
alternative to
Poppycock.
Crunch and Munch.
No,
Poppycock.
order some
Poppycock.
on the black market. That's where they're left.
Oh,
Is there
fiddle
fiddle
faddle?
faddle left?
It's expired 20 years, but still.
Oh,
Stop it.
me
I thought
get
they still sell it at Walgreens.
Try Tuesday.
Are we getting,
We all
are
break
getting
a
back in
tooth.
that debate? All right, so, yeah.
let's get Mike on the line.
Talk to him.
Find out how it went and see if he had fiddle faddle and all that.
No.
just kidding.
Don't ask me, don't
I'm just cleanse the palate of that. Mike, good morning.
Hey, y'all. How's it going?
Hey, Mike, it's going fine with us, but what happened after the phone call? We're worried that you're just going to take this crap from her.
You know, my family, they piled it on. They definitely said, I told you so, and her friend came and got her stuff. But you know what? I got the last laugh.
How's that?
I got on the apps. I got my together, and I have a date this coming Wednesday with a woman that's so much hotter.
Oh my God! You did a
Wow.
rebound?
Dude.
Well, don't punish another lady for
you're not
bruising.
ready.
I don't know how, I don't know why, but yeah, this rebound thing is working.
It's been less than a week. It's been 4
No,
days.
dude, that's a bad idea. You just came out of a 2-year relationship.
Wait, so you're clearly done. You and Lisa have gone your separate ways. It's over, and now you're like moving on to the next as fast as possible.
I thought about it, and I felt like I came out of a tumble dry and just absolutely got beat up. I let myself feel bad for a weekend, and it was rough seeing her friend, but I needed to just move on.
So after 2 days of grieving over 2 years, you're ready to get on a dating app.
She just slept with her friend.
Oh my God, Eric, stop it. You're not making this any better.
That's what I would do. Get revenge on.
No.
I should have. You're right.
Why would you ruin another girl? Come on.
Well, he wouldn't ruin her. I mean, if it's not that he'd force her.
Yeah,
He
it
just
takes 2 to tango.
He'd be
It's not like he's
using her.
attacking her.
He'd be using her if he turned on the charm.
And what do
she'd
you think
allow.
he's going to be doing when he goes out on a date with somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Don't take this out and don't use another girl just to get back at your ex.
Yeah, I'm old-fashioned.
Wait, you are old-fashioned? You just exited a 2-year relationship and you're ready to go out and bang someone else?
Hey, I'm just glad you're not being. I thought you were going to be one of those guys waiting by the phone for her to call you. And
No, she missed the train, man. I mean, I thought about what you guys said, and I didn't know in the moment because I love her. There's a part of me that'll always love her, but she treated me like I don't want anybody to.
So what happens is she comes crawling back to you and says, "Oh, I had my little fling with my boy toy, and now I'm really in love with you."
I think that will happen. I've moved on. There's not enough to get back.
good for you.
That's very
Man.
impressive and also unbelievably shocking. I did not expect to hear this from you today, but I'm glad to know that you are not letting her
I felt
walk
bad.
all over you.
I felt bad for the rebound girl on Wednesday, though. Just
Yeah,
I'm
be
saying.
straight up with these girls, okay? Like if you're just
what you
doing
gonna
a hookup.
say? Yeah, I just got dumped. My girlfriend cheated on me.
Well, if he's on Tinder and you're just swiping to smash,
Well,
then that's
some
fine.
girls might be into the honesty, Eric. Who knows?
Already told her. She already knows. When we were chatting back and forth, and told her just get out of a relationship.
Is that what you call a rebang?
She's like, all right.
Rebang?
I told her I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna take a flying at a rolling donut.
Oh my God!
You're gonna do a what with a what?
Don't
In a
ask,
how?
Roula.
In a who?
All I know
Don't
is,
ask.
Mike,
In a what?
I don't want to have to beep anymore.
I noticed last week and today you're the euphemism guy.
Yeah, he really is.
You've had so many different things and so many sayings.
Okay, well, this is a
Metaphor
totally
Mike.
different phone call
Metaphor
than I was
Mike, there you go.
expecting.
That's what it is.
We are glad that you are not wallowing in sadness and begging her back after she cheats on you. So just be mindful of the girls that you meet in the future and be respectful of them knowing that you just got your heart smashed after 2 years.
Good luck, man.
And thanks for checking in with us, Mike. Good luck.
You got it. Thanks, y'all. I just want you to know that you guys have changed my life for the better, and life is a highway. So I'm gonna see if I can ride it all night long.
Life is a highway.
Okay.
I'm going
Cars,
my
the Cars
way.
cartoon
Yeah,
just
it's
called.
either Rascals or Flats.
Rascal Flats,
or
yeah.
Tom
Rascal Flats
Cochran.
from the Cars, or Tom Cochran, the original. Well,
Metaphor
anyway,
Mike.
Mike, thank you so much, Metaphor Mike. Have a great time on your dates.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.
All right,
Take care,
bye-bye.
man.
Rascal Flats.
Life is a highway.
I didn't like that version.
I didn't
You
like
like the
the
original?
original. I think the original sucked. I
Tom
was like, I can't
Cochran,
with
he
this song.
was in a band called Red Rider. They sang a song called Lunatic Fringe, and then he quit, went solo. In the early 90s, he released Life is a Highway.
and then
Music trivia
Rascal
for
Flats
1,000
made it
Alex.
super famous in the movie Cars.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I know that song.
Because of that.
Yeah, because my little brother loved the movie Cars.
Fun fact, I never saw the movie Cars before I did the ride at Disneyland.
What?
Yeah, I still never seen the
And so
movie.
I just knew
Movie's
Toe
really
Mater was
cute. Yeah.
Larry
My
the
daughter
Cable
loved
Guy.
that.
What's his name? Tater? No, what's his name?
Toe Mater.
Yeah, Mater.
Mater. Yeah, Mater.
Yeah.
I don't even know that.
He's the tow
That's
truck.
kind of close to it.
And then it was like sad because there was like abandoned cars and they're all old and it's like
Like the old car.
They're
Wasn't,
like,
wait. Wasn't Paul Newman
was
from
the
the
main-
salad dressing bottles?
Paul Newman's an actor who happens
know,
to have
but
a
most
charity
people
where he
aren't
makes
gonna remember.
foods.
he loves race cars.
But yeah,
Was he a voice
the-
in that?
Yeah. He's like the seasoned veteran racer, right?
I don't know the actual
And then,
people. Hold on.
what's his name?
When I was a kid,
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson's Lightning McQueen.
when I was a kid, there was a cartoon where this guy's it wasn't a guy, it was like a plane. It was like a cartoon of planes, and the plane, his little baby plane wanted to be a car or something.
No, you're thinking the hot rod car. It was Cars, and he wanted to be a hot rod.
But it wasn't an
and
airplane
they also
or
did
something?
one with planes. So when Cars and Planes came out with Disney or Pixar, I was thinking, oh my
he's a
gosh, when we were
plane,
kids.
But he identifies as a car.
Yeah, it was
No,
something
he
weird.
wanted to be a hot rod. Remember they did a surgery
And he
to
had like
make him a hot rod?
Oh, yeah,
Because he was like a little beetle or something.
that's what it
I
was.
do remember. That's like the old Warner Brothers
Yes,
cartoons.
yes, these little cartoons when we were kids.
And it
It
had
was
like
like
a
Homes of the
raccoon,
Future,
tail
Cars of
on-
the Future. Yeah, and this little hot rod had a little raccoon tail on his antenna.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a race car. And he was like, oh
my
God,
son.
no,
See, that was growing up in Houston, like in the 80s.
It was
that
really
was
cute.
you'd watch Channel 39 before everybody had
Because you only had
cable.
like 4 channels in the 80s and early 90s. Well, I had no cable, so
I didn't
all I
have
had
cable.
was...
No. We got this on a UHF channel. Channel 39. Is that still the CW? Yeah. They used to be 39 Vision. No, that was 20 Vision. But they'd run all those old cartoons in the afternoon. You get home from school and they'd be on.
Yeah, forever.
And I don't know what it was actually called. I just remember the type of
They would
animation
do
that
the
it was very
TVs of
exciting.
tomorrow or the future.
The Homes of Tomorrow.
Like you could do betting, like right now how we can bet, like prize picks. We can bet.
That was on there?
But now they do. They had a guy. He opened the TV and he was there. Okay. What do you want? What do you want to take
Oh
your
my
bet?
God, how
It was like a
funny.
man living in the TV.
What's funny is like all these shows that predicted the future, they all got it wrong. Nobody realized that you'd be
The
walking
Jetsons
around.
got it right.
Yeah, but walking around with a cell phone. You're walking around with a computer in
Minority
your pocket.
Report.
The Jetsons got it right.
Spielberg,
man.
remember
They got it right.
the
Yeah.
buttons.
It was like
Geofencing, geotracking. You'd walk into a store, it identified him immediately.
and instead of the news, it was like a newspaper, but it was basically an iPad. It would change the.
I never
stories.
seen a Minority Report.
Oh,
No.
wow.
I've never
it's
seen
such
a
a
movie,
good movie.
Minority
I don't think so
Report.
either.
Yeah, they had
I've
the
only seen
pre-crime.
enough scenes to know it, but
Roula.
I don't know it.
It was about an organization called Pre-Crime, so it could determine if somebody was going to commit a murder and they'd arrest them before they committed it.
Huh, interesting.
But they had these weird little people,
Three
that-
people.
like these brain people,
Yeah.
that could predict the future, and they kept them in some
Water or something.
Little,
Some weird
little water
like-
tank.
It was very weird.
The
you all live
precogs,
here?
that's what they were called.
precogs.
Precogs.
So kind of like now when there's like a genius mind we have to own as a nation. Like you think you're a human that has free will, but we own you and we need your mind to compute this stuff.
Pretty much.
That happens.
Then I was reading a report that a large amount of people believe that we are living in the Matrix. Do you see
Oh
that
yeah,
stat?
people have been thinking that
yeah.
since
I mean,
the
like,
Matrix came out.
shockingly large amount of people, like 40% of people believe that
My
we could
kids
be
get
in
mad. My
the
wife,
Matrix.
I always say that we're an experiment for aliens, and they get so mad at me. If I ever want my family just to go, I'll say sus, mid, and then I'll tell those aliens sus. And they get so embarrassed. They get so mad at me.
You're too old to say
I know.
Because when you say
So I
it,
say
you've
Riz,
just
start
phrased the
saying
word
words.
for them.
I mean, they do allege that we were seeded by aliens, and what our ancestors thought was God was actually just aliens. If you look at paintings,
Still be a god.
from
Don't get
Special
Ken
Case
started.
YouTube channel.
Don't
You know,
get
from the
Ken
1500s.
started.
Aliens.
Oh,
Yeah, there's one on
man.
Hulu called UFO, The White House Files, and it shows how every president they all wanted to expose when they got elected, but as soon as they said, as soon as they got
They
took
saw
office,
stuff?
they're like, oh no, I don't believe in UFOs. You know, they all changed their tune immediately. Like
Maybe-
the CIA covers it all up. And
Well,
they
no,
just-
they're not.
they
On
have
On the
to
Science
evolve
and
with them.
Secrecy podcast, you can find this and more with
Yeah.
Special K and Ryan.
okay.
On KRV.
Hell yeah.
Science
we
and
could
Secrecy.
do a podcast.
We
on
could.
this.
And Sam and I will move along to the
We'll
next
talk
one.
Okay,
about
fine.
shopping.
Be like science and
Love is Blind. We're going to have them on by tomorrow.
Aliens. Oh, yeah, I got a cheat sheet on that. I got to watch Love is Blind. I didn't have time yesterday.
You've never watched it?
I have not watched it yet on Netflix.
It's
That's
a
on
guilty-
Netflix,
It's a
right?
guilty pleasure.
All right, so we've got two of them coming up tomorrow
Yep,
on the show.
who-
You're gonna say who it is?
Yeah, when we come back, we'll talk
Okay,
about
we'll
who
talk
it
about
is.
the scoop.
Okay.
Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to have live in studio guests from the Netflix series Love is Blind.
But this time,
Houston edition.
I told Sam who they are because she loves
Oh, for those that
Okay.
missed this, Sam had to do an interview on Friday, Thursday into Friday. We played it Friday, and we didn't tell her who it was. It was the Butterball Turkey Hotline rep, and she did not know who she's talking to until like a minute and a half in.
Go back to KRB's our podcast page and listen to that. It was
8 o'clock hour.
It was
It was awesome.
So
And
Sam,
you're
you've been
like,
watching.
oh, well, it's really exciting that you're here to talk about whatever you do.
Yeah, I kept trying to make a conversation with her and try and be relatable, and she's like,
Yeah.
that,
So-
just that.
You've
right
been
there.
watching this season, though, so
I gotta
you're
do my
you're
cheat
up,
Oh yeah, I
You're up
finished
to
it.
speed.
I finished it. Yes.
Okay.
So
So
who do we have
who is
coming
it?
in? We have
We have Milton,
Milton and-
Lydia.
Milton and Lydia. Now,
Are they a couple together as they start
They're
out?
the
or are they...
only couple. I'm not doing any spoiler alerts because this has been out. So if people are going to attack me on text, this show has been
There's
out.
plenty
Okay,
of
well,
things
tell
to
everybody
take.
who's never
already
watched it,
know
like me,
this.
what is the premise of Love is Blind?
Okay.
Are these single people coming here to meet
You're
each other, or are they
supposed to
couples?
be single, but there's some people that just want to get famous on TV, so they sign up for this show. But you're supposed to be single. There's like X amount of females, X amount of men. You go into, quote unquote, they call them the pods. So they are these rooms that you have to date each other without seeing each other.
Okay.
You take notes. You basically just drink the whole entire time and quick date everybody. And then at the end of
You
it,
can't kiss or anything.
No,
No,
you don't
you
see
can't
them.
see each other.
You can't see them. You can't do
Speed-
That's
anything.
why Love is
Speed dating?
Blind,
All you
Eric.
do is talk. It's kind of like speed dating, and then once you find a connection, you two agree on this connection, and then they propose. So you get engaged
Without seeing each other.
Without
Never
seeing
seen
each other.
faces.
Without
Ever.
seeing each other. And then the next episode is you finally see each other. They open up the doors and you finally see each other. Some of each other run together. Other people are like, oh, that's what you look like. And then they propose in real life so you can
Or they
like see
don't.
it.
Or they don't?
No, they all do.
They have to
as
know
far
what-
as
they
these
all
two
propose.
characters,
Wait, they all
Why do
propose.
they have to?
Because they already agreed outside the pods that they're engaged.
Oh,
Once you're in that
my.
pod before you see each other and you get engaged, then you go outside the pod and then you finally see each other together. And so you're
then-
engaged. And then
To
they
somebody
went
you're not
to
physically attracted to.
well, you don't know.
so
Some
has
of them
anybody
are
gotten
attractive.
married from this show yet?
I'm getting there, Ryan. So then they go on like a week trip where they have to live together. I think this
Okay.
year or this season was Mexico. Please text me 37530. Our listeners know. I think they go to Mexico for a whole week. So
Okay.
you finally dated this person. You're engaged. Never seen each other. Now you have to live with them in Mexico, quote unquote, your
7
honeymoon.
days.
Oh.
And then you come back to Houston, and they are
Get a
supposed to
quickie
live.
divorce.
No, you come back
We're
to
not married
Houston
yet.
as you're still engaged, and
Okay.
they are put into this apartment complex, which is really cool because they show this
Which
really
one is
nice
it?
apartment. I forget the name of it.
Is it near here, or is
Yeah,
it-
it's near here. It's like brand spanking new. It's really nice. They're really highlighting it. Has like a rooftop pool and everything. But then they date, and they're together in this apartment, and you go and see like their house and everything where they live before they're together.
It'd be funny if Ryan stayed at this place,
then-
apartment, and he's swimming, and they're filming. You see Ryan?
They're
with his
just-
goggles, with his
He's like,
goggles.
this is
Swimming
my
around.
apartment.
Who's that
Hello,
pervert over there?
ladies. And then you're
would I
supposed
be
to go
there?
to
So
the
all the Love is
altar.
Blind couples are in the same apartment complex. Is that right?
Actually,
Or just this couple that we're
or
handling.
maybe
is it
just
just this
the one
couple you're talking
No,
about?
I thought they were all in the same couple.
Okay,
I
in the
mean, I'm
same
sorry.
place.
I thought they were all in the same place, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Because it makes it look like it's the same, just styled differently.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Got
it would
got
make sense production would have them in the same place because it's easier to film.
Sure.
So
but I
did
could
you
be
have
wrong.
favorites during the season? Like, oh, I want them to work. or-
Yes. Yes.
What about the couple that's
But
coming in?
Milton and Lydia are the only couple from this season that got married.
Oh, they're
Oh,
married.
actually married.
They're
married.
the only couple that got married.
And what
this
did you
season.
say?
Do you like
Off
them?
the air, what did you say?
Stop it. I said it off air, guys.
Are they your favorites?
But you said it in this room, which means it's not safe.
I'm not saying anything. These are what you thought
So are
you
you guys,
heard.
you're big fans of her?
She is really excited to see them
I hate
tomorrow.
you.
That's what she said.
I can't wait to meet them and see how
I
they
hate you.
are in real life. Because
Okay,
all
let's-
this show,
Loser.
Now
they were
listen,
not my favorite.
let's think of it this way. For anybody who wants to audition to be on a reality show, because Houston is a hot casting spot. It always has been for The
Oh, yeah.
Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise. You have to know going into any of these reality shows that they did not cast people who are extremely unattractive to the general public. Because these shows are all about the makeouts, the bikinis, the hot tubs. The
Yeah,
swimming
but Love
pools,
is
the
Blind does not
vacations.
have bachelor quality looking people on it. Not all of them are
It's-
great looking.
I feel like
Overall, aren't they?
I feel
Generally,
like
you're
this
not
season,
Not all of
get
them.
stuck with
Houston
someone.
is very attractive, and they did not pick our strong.
They did not
haters.
pick our strong.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Like, I feel like
You're like, there's so
some
many
people are
better
like,
looking people
So
here.
tomorrow when they're in here, Sam, we're going to say, Sam doesn't really think your season had the most
Yeah.
attractive.
She thought, she
Ask
thought
them.
that this
Let's
was
ask
a...
them too.
Yeah.
And
Like,
there's
did
so
they-
much drama because Lydia's ex-boyfriend was on, like,
Love is Blind?
yes, the same.
Another season?
No, same
Oh,
season.
same one. So her
same
ex was
season.
there.
And then
Oh.
he called her out saying, "Oh, you knew I applied for this, and then you applied." Like, there's so much
People are
drama.
texting that
we
she's
should
messy.
ask her. Oh yeah,
Messy?
she's super messy.
Like she...
That's
Okay,
why
so
I
for
said they
those
were
just
my
tuning
favorite
in,
couple.
Like her life's messy, not
tomorrow
hers.
we are going to be
Okay.
talking to Milton and
Not-
Lydia
not her
from Love is
appearance.
Blind Houston.
Snap.
That's why Sam's giving us the rundown because I haven't had a chance to cheat sheet watch it.
Also,
so I'm going to watch it
same
today.
apartment complex. It's in River Oaks. It's called Novel, Novel, or
Okay.
Novel.
Now, how
That's
many
whatever-
episodes is it, Sam? Love is
Oh.
Blind.
Maybe 8.
Okay, so I'm not going to binge the whole thing.
No,
today.
there's
I'll
no
watch
way.
enough
I
to
think what you
know.
should do is you should go past the pods. Like maybe
Okay.
go when they're like on. I think it's Mexico.
What if I
when
go
they're
on
like another
YouTube?
week.
I just go on YouTube and watch, type in
Like a
their names,
recap?
watch those two.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care about the
probably
other people
could.
then.
You
Yeah.
probably could.
Somebody on text
Watch
said
out.
Houston's Love is Blind was the worst season yet.
Yes.
Very disappointed.
Agreed.
Why was it so bad? Because
yeah.
you didn't like the couples or what?
Well, there was only one couple that got married out of all of this, and only 3 of them, I think, made it out of the pods, and it was just
What was it
like,
you said off air? Boring.
That's impressive,
Is it
though,
because
that they
the
got
other
married,
seasons
though.
they have a lot of people get married? The other seasons, more people get married than
I
just one couple?
guess. I don't know.
But The
I just felt
Bachelor, a
like
lot
it
of
was
times
like,
they don't get married at all,
Ever,
and they
ever.
see each other the whole time. Here, you already got somebody got married. That's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that they kept trying to do was milking that Lydia's ex-boyfriend was in the same season, and that was awkward.
Dramatic.
So that was like the
Dramatic.
main drama.
Somebody just said on text, and I quote, Lydia is the worst, all in caps. So messy.
See, more messy, a lot of messiness.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Somebody
we're going to
wants-
find out tomorrow and see what Lydia's
Make sure
thinking
she's
about
not
her.
sitting in front of the text screen tomorrow.
Our next assignment
Oh,
for
gosh. Yeah,
Because somebody said I
seriously.
can't stand
Oh,
them on
really?
there. Another person said this is terrible. This couple's annoying.
8:05, they're going to arrive, so we'll have them for 8:20.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you
Sam,
tomorrow.
next week I need you to do a review on Naked and
Afraid?
Naked Attraction. Naked Attraction.
Naked Attraction
Have you seen that yet on HBO?
No.
Or on Max?
on Max.
No.
They don't digitize it either, do they? They
It's,
show it
it's an
all.
Australian show, isn't it? Or British?
British.
I have a baby. He's going to see parts.
Your baby's not
Hey,
going
he's
to
not
remember
going to
that.
remember that.
Just wait till they get old enough to
He's going
really
to be like,
pay
wow, those,
attention. Then you
those
can't watch
parts
anything
look
like
much
me.
more tone.
You shut your mouth. My parts are lovely.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
All right, it is brought to you by Duncan. Yesterday was the 2nd anniversary of the Astroworld Festival, and Houston continues to remember the 10 victims who were fatally crushed back on November 5th, 2021. Now, the Pink Bows Foundation put up lights and bows and other memorial signage across the city. You know our friend Peter Remington. He's the foundation president. It's all to honor 23-year-old Madison Dubitsky and the 9 other victims who passed away. Peter said they're hoping to establish Maddie's Law, which would require independent groups to monitor concerts and could force shows to stop in case of injuries. Because honestly, right now, what's changed? Nothing.
There's hoping time.
Travis Scott still making money, still performing, like nothing
Yeah,
happened.
Peter texted me like when the news came out that Travis Scott, like his phone, somehow he just lost it in the Gulf when he was on a jet ski. He had his phone and it just fell out of his pocket, so
Yeah.
he had no evidence. He couldn't let them see his texts and stuff. Like, how
That's
convenient.
disappointing. A Hitchcock man was arrested and charged after several people were shot at the Lone Star rally on Saturday. Police said they found a firearm on 20-year-old Pettis Ray when he was taken into custody as a person of interest. Galveston Police Department said officers got a call shortly before 11 p.m. on the 2100 block of the Strand. And when police arrived, they said 6 people were found with gunshot wounds. 5 of the victims had to be taken to the hospital. Motorcyclists weren't able to retrieve their bikes and other belongings till about 5 a.m. Sunday morning once the investigation was complete. I was just like thinking the whole time.
How'd they get back to their place?
Right.
Like their
Uber? Walking? I don't know.
tried Uber.
But Eric, you were actually in town for that. You were in Galveston that weekend.
But I wasn't in that area.
Not in that area.
I was on my hug.
Stop putting me
Eric,
Yes,
did
Eric
not
was
go
on his
there
electric
for the
bicycle.
bike rally. He went there for his
I'm a big
fun weekend with his in-laws.
Yeah, I went there just to.
I would have paid good money to
Have
see
some
you like
bourbon
on
and
your
talk to his
little
dog
electric
all
bike.
weekend.
I thought about it. Like I was driving my little electric bike around the area.
Zoom, everyone.
A lot of bikers were
Got the
staying there.
tassels and
This
little
one
bells.
house, a beautiful house on the beach. And I'm like, man, you can smell a lot of weed. That was a
From
lot.
that house?
Yeah, that house had a lot of weed.
You could smell it on the
It was
beach in front of the
impressive.
house.
It was
oh
no, I
my
was behind
God.
it. I wasn't even on
Oh,
the
you were
beach.
behind the house and you could smell
So
it.
it's
from
so
the house.
pungent. It's like making its way
Lord.
like 100 yards away.
It was impressive. But
Wow.
no,
Impressive.
everybody, there's a lot of bikes. I didn't realize how many bikes break down.
Wasn't it 250,000 bikes? Traffic Shop Mike told us.
I think more.
250,000
I think
bikes
they
are going to
said
be on
in
the
the,
island.
in the
this weekend?
Chronicle, it said 500,000.
Yeah, 450,000.
Jesus.
Not
How
to
they
be
fit on that
confused-
island?
Not to be confused with Jeep Weekend, which has a whole bunch of messy stories after that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I
And
want to
do
start
not go
electric
to
bike
that.
weekend.
As I'm a
Actually, they do that. Pedigo. They sent me. That's
Oh my
where I bought my
gosh.
bike.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
And they do like a Thanksgiving group. They even do Halloween. You go on tours
So
together.
you really look like a badass if you're driving a Vespa.
I just keep thinking, I'm going 20 miles an hour. I probably should have a helmet on. If this falls, Ryan's going to
Yes.
make fun of me.
I would not make fun of you.
Oh, yes, you would. Eric got injured. Nerd.
Okay, coming up next.
I can see
We're
it
going to
now.
go
God, that's
around the
horrible.
table. Eric made a statement that you are rich if you have more than one Christmas tree. There is a story today in our weekly roundup from the weekend of how many people are having multiple trees in their home
Do
this
you have
year.
more than 2? Like, I'm talking 2 real size
Giant,
trees. I'm not
really
saying
big
one
decorated trees.
10-foot tree and then a 4-foot tree.
Yeah,
No, I'm
somebody on
talking
this
about.
show's got 5 trees.
No, I got 5, but they're not all
Tell
big.
me how you're rich without telling me.
We'll discuss next on the Roula and Ryan Show.